being so terrifying. They're trying to make me blind now because I'm sharing memories of my past because they said I'll never return. God, such evil. So I'm thinking of times in my past that were beautiful. And I'm thinking of times in my past when I was just myself and when I was free-spirited, kind of like a space cadet. When I was doing what I felt passionate about and I was just following my heart, letting Jesus lead me in whatever direction he wanted. And I was going back to Newark whenever I gave Frankie an award. And then I was going back to Newark when I met his mom and helped decorate her place for Christmas. So there's other times. I guess I could go back to maybe Newark again. They're trying to numb my brain because they do not want me to try to repair. You know, they're trying to make me evil. They're trying to make the devil get in. They're trying to make me possessed. They're trying to kill me. So I have to tell you, so these times did really bring me joy. But whenever, I guess, times around, sitting around him, there's so many different times that wonderful things happen. Just out of the blue, they just happen. But going back to talking to Mary, okay, I can say, whenever I realized that I was so frightened to speak in front of the camera, I still wanted to work for Frankie. And I still wanted to keep him high, you know? And so that incident made me go get lessons at New York Film Academy because I wanted to be perfect for Frankie. I wanted to be polished. I wanted to be so professional because I really wanted to keep him shining. And I knew I could do it. I knew I had that kind of gift, you know, that kind of calling. So I went to New York Film Academy and they kept saying, John Henry said, you need to be an actress. Then Stephen King's casting director came to meet me and he said, you've got star quality. You've got something I haven't seen but once in my life. You shine. He told the whole class this at the end of this workshop, a month. He told them there's only one person in this room that has something I think is going to be star potential. And she's right there. And I was in shock because I never went out there to be an actress. I went out there for characterizations. I went out there so that I could overcome stage fright, so that I could publicly speak and try to promote my favorite person. I only went there to do what my dream was. My dream had been that dream since I was 15. And plus my mom, you know, after my mom, I was grief-stricken. I wanted to nothing could take it away. I wanted to be held, but no matter my husband hugged me, nothing would take the pain away. There was nothing in the world. So I had to do something to take my mind off it. So I went to act out characters so that I could, for my story characters too, for my characterization writing. And at the end, they gave me the certificate, said, you're ready now, go be an actress, go now, start going for auditions. I said, no. Even the lady that was the assistant of the guy that ran the school, Mr. Sherwood or something, owned it. She said, stay out here. You really should. You're good. And she gave me that. And I said, no, I'm not interested. And there was this one little snobby bee. She started saying, you're not going to go back to Kentucky, are you? She goes, you know, when they're back there working in the grocery store and you're out here and you're a star, then you're going to show them up. They're going to have, and I'm like, I like living in Kentucky. There's nothing wrong for somebody to work at the grocery store. That's what I told her. And John Henry, he said, please stay out here. Well, I got him on Castlevania. The teacher, he had his reel, and I put it at my Facebook. Instantly, Warner Brothers wanted him to be in Castlevania. So people that were looking for work, every time I put them up a page, Sony gave the singer from Greece recording contract. They gave Carlos recording contract to Sony. I sent Carlos's his demo to Bob Zevers, Frankie's manager that I used to know for so long, and he wasn't interested in him, but Sony gave him a contract. And who else? There were so many. Everybody I seemed to put at my space, Warner Brothers gave them a career, or Sony, instantly. And my friend George, the painter that painted the Pope, I was trying to help him because he was paralyzed and he was real poor in Romania. So I was trying to get him to be an artist here with like the guy at French Lick Springs that owns it, Aristocrats, so he wasn't impoverished. And I was sending him DVDs and, movies to keep him entertained. Well, they found him. They gave him a job in Budapest working in the government. Next thing I know, there's a character in one of John's books that seems to be just like him. And then next thing I know, all these men are interested in him, and they're like a part of this fairy club. And one of them, he sent me his new book. He said he was a Kennedy. He wrote a male love romance story. I think he was gay. He was a real nice guy, but he loved George. He thought George was wonderful. So, hey, putting George at my page got him in touch with one of the Kennedys. So that's, these people were just using everything I thought of. And it was crazy, scary, weird. And then Brian Willis, George got asked if I would be at Brian Willis' page. Well, next thing I know, all those people there are famous. And Brian Willis gives me this invite to go to something under the stars, some celebrity awards in Beverly Hills or out in California that he was going to. I said, I hope you didn't buy me a ticket. I can't come out there and go to this thing. He says, well, you're invited. I'm like, oh shit, this is getting dark and deep. And then I saw this devil's chair at the front of the site. I said, and then I saw their art. It was like, a lot of it was like eyeballs and stuff. And I said, hell no. I deleted myself from that page. I said, that's not a realm I want to be in. I don't care what they are. I just don't want to be in that realm. But I met the guy off Love Connection at the Barnstable party. And this girl gave me a card. And she said, I hear you're a writer. Can you help me publish my book? She just did a book about being a getaway driver for the mob. I said, well, I'll give the information to this person that introduced herself online named Marlene Mendoza. I gave it to her, and she put her in a movie. And then she wanted to know if I come out to Venetian and give them a donation to make a movie. I said, I don't have that kind of money. And then later, George Clooney did Intolerable Cruelty at the Venetian. And then I noticed people at her page were Harvard graduates. Well, Jack Canfield was Harvard at the Minorities Conference. And I get cold chills. I get scared. I just get very uncomfortable around those people. They're just not reality to me. And I don't want any part of it. It's just not. I like my privacy. That's why when they wanted me to be an actress in LA, I said, no, I have to have my space, my sacred ground, my godliness. My world is with God. That's how I get my gift. And these people are such demons and dragons and vampires and everything evil under the sun, that this one bastard, Satan, said, I'm going to destroy your virtue. I'm going to use it. I'm going to take your soul. Because he could see what was in me was almighty. And he could see it was good. And so getting back to how I kept trying to do what I wanted to do, work with Frankie Valli, that once these people took an interest, they stole my freedom. They tortured me daily. They hacked my brain with something. They broke in, they raped me. They broke in and did worse things to others. They killed my cats and dogs. They started recording me and playing it back to me, and then trying to put my soul in other things, and then putting all these sites in my likeness, and then making fun of me and humiliating me and saying they filmed me nude. And then they would just degrade me, said they filmed my husband and me nude. And it was just so terrifying. They were leading me away from Christ, but they were still in my